So that's the Tulsa State Fair down there, for those not in the know. This is parking for it all over here. It's fucking nuts here right now. I am not going that way, because fuck that. It's like that here every fucking year. This is middle of the day. It is on the first opening weekend though, so it's still bad, but like tonight, it's gonna be legit. Like, I don't know how many times I've had people at my house during the fair on my back porch trying to like smoke dope or some shit. Like, we get the craziest fuckers in the world here for the Tulsa State Fair. It's like I'm up all night right now because of that shit. That's just from experience. That's not like being paranoid or whatever. That's, I don't know. I've literally had 6 interactions on my back porch or property during the fair in the last 10 years. So, you know, it's Halloween, baby. All the crazy people come out. Basically it coincides with fall every year, so like it's a mass migration of fucking hobos from town to town, really. I don't know where we're going. I just wanted to go for a ride, and I know where we'll go. I'll show you the first house I ever lived in. That'll be fun. It's actually pretty much the way we're driving. So when I was a kid, I grew up on 11th Street, and a lot of people in Tulsa would tell you that that answers so much about your Aunt Ray Ray. It really does. 11th Street is the street where there are like street walking hookers in fucking Tulsa. Always has been. You know, that's how I learned to walk. That's why I strut. I've actually gotten comments on the way I walk from men before. Especially right when I was like starting to do this. That was the thing men said, that like they knew what I was from the second they saw me because of the way I walked. And I'm like, I don't know how to take that. And they're like, it's a good thing. I'm like, okay. Apparently I got a little bump when I walk. I don't know. It's not intentional. This is driving in Tulsa. I need a phone mount. Ow, my hand is like cramping. I would be worried about having you guys in my hand driving, but I know these streets really, really well. And this is Saturday, and we're taking it nice and easy, and you know, you have to not be a maniac sometimes. Like, this is the thing where, like, Matt would be weaving in and out of these people. The other thing is, I have the side of my hand on the wheel, and it's like resting the camera. So that makes you guys a little steadier and gives me partial control with both hands. So it's like a lot of things in life. Technique mitigates the danger. Experience mitigates the danger too. Like, I wouldn't recommend you do this if you've never driven a fucking car before. I've driven a lot. I don't like to drive. Like, that dude is wanting to get in my lane or some shit. I don't like to drive really because I I was in a couple car accidents when I was a kid, and I had nightmares about like being in a car alone and not being able to control it. Well, that was the street we wanted. Oh well. Fuck that, never mind. Oh, here. This is another restaurant. This used to be Lee's Chicken. It's the best chicken in the world. You can still get it all over Kentucky and even in Rolla, Missouri. It's probably the closest one to Tulsa. This particular one, there were like 4 or 5 employees murdered in the back of. That's one of those things like my cousin used to call that ghost chicken. I don't mean to give you guys like the murder tour of restaurants at Tulsa, but I guess I'm kind of macabre. Like, I wasn't joking when I said I liked Elvira. Like, I like weird shit. I'm kind of a goth chick. Okay, so this is 11th Street. That's a QT where I had found a dead man a couple weeks ago. I got a picture of that. It's on Instagram. He wasn't really dead. He was like, I'm gonna guess, heroin. He was heroined. This is 11th Street. They put in these stupid fucking bike lanes, even though no one would ride a fucking bike here because they'd get fucking dead. Like, all these little shitty motels along here, they're the kind of place that you rent for the month. If you know what I mean. I have spent many a night in many of these motels. As, you know, I think most people in Tulsa have, really. They really want to admit it. It's the place people come to hook up and shit. Especially when you're broke. That's the thing, is those are the same types of places where you can get a room for the night for like 30, 40 bucks. Desert Hills Motel. I was probably most likely conceived at that motel. You're welcome. You're cursed with the same knowledge I am. Ray Ray's cursed. So, I think it was that Wizard Auto Marketing in there. Used to be a Tasty Freeze. And when I would get burgers there after school in high school, there was 2 dudes working there and they both had swastikas on their fucking necks. Okay, we are coming up. That red and green sign with the arrow there, that's a street called Toledo. And the first house on the corner is us. So, Urbana. This used to be Clay's Motors. I don't know what it is now. It's some other bullshit. That used to be University Auto Sales. And I lived in that house right there. It's a cool house. We're over by TU. We're really not very far from it. This is where I grew up. This house I lived at from when I was like first born to when I was like 4 years old. And then a friend of ours actually bought it as a rental property when I was in middle school. So from middle school till like the start of high school, I lived here too. Like, there's a lot of things that went down here. You know, I ate some chick's pussy in that living room. Let's put it that way. Ray Ray was always crazy. Hot ass little neighbor bitch. Now I can't stop thinking about the neighbor bitch though. She was hot. Brunette, very small tits, tall. I like girls. I've always liked girls. And that's like the weird thing about the trans thing to me, is like, the women that I actually like are the ones that like me, and the ones that like me the way that I like to be liked are trans women. So it's not really like a dick versus vagina thing even so much as it is like a how I get treated by my sexual partner kind of thing. I keep forgetting that it's not a second fucking lane, it's a fucking bike lane. It shouldn't be a bike lane. I really don't have gas for this, but I'm liking giving a tour of Tulsa. This is Ray Ray's tour. We're not that far from Fat Phillies, so I'm gonna hook through there and drive through Cherry Street and come home. Fuck it, I don't really want to do that shit. It's a waste of gas. We'll make another trip to Fat Phillies and shit at some other point. It's way the fuck down there. It is very close to where Dakota lived, and the park where I found Dakota strung out on Xanax. So like, those might be notable things to go see. This is Harvard. That's Moody's Jewelry. This is like the main drag of old Tulsa. I like this street. This is like 1950s high class Tulsa. This was the main drag of it. Basically, this was White City, folks, because, you know, you can't have nice things if you're African American. Like, that's half of the thing I always fucking hated about Tulsa, was there's a lot of that left here. We live in the wreckage of the old world. This is, I think, why Smoke likes me so much, is we probably have a very similar view of racism from growing up in Tulsa. Like, I had a bunch of friends as a kid that we went and explored the woods with that were black. Like, I have no fucking issues with them. That's the thing that, you notice I can read bumper stickers far away. Anyway, Smoke, when you left that comment, it really, that touched my soul a little bit. Because, like, that place I was looking through in my grandpa's backyard, that's exactly the kind of place that Smoke and I grew up playing in, basically, that almost doesn't exist in Tulsa anymore. Like, it's someone's abandoned backyard from a billion years ago that nobody takes care of, that there's just shit, like, abandoned there from 300 years ago or whatever. That's the rib crib where we ate last night. We, the mouse in my pocket. The royal we. I met my grandma and uncle there. So I guess there was a we, but at the same time, like, you guys weren't there. Fair parking. The only speeding ticket I ever got, I got right here by this school. I was doing 40 in a school zone, and I got written for 5 over because your Aunt Ray Ray is cool. This is 21st Street. This goes back by the fair. I don't want to go back by the fair. So we're going to go somewhere else before we turn you guys off. So everyone I went to high school with loved this Brownies joint here. We didn't go there because we went to fucking Freddy's, which, Smoke, do you go to Freddy's? You know about Freddy's? Freddy's Hamburgers, Tulsa, Oklahoma. Awesome. I also used to like Hardin's, but they closed. Hardin's at like 4th and Sheridan was some of the best burgers ever fucking made too. I kind of want a fucking burger now. I might go to Fat Guys. I don't have that much money. I have like $10. So I could afford to get maybe a burger. I might go do that. I will gladly pay you next week for a hamburger today. Whatever. I could go to McDonald's. Jesus Christ. Learn how to fucking drive. This is the thing where, like I say, I'm a good driver. I don't do that shit. Like, watch me fucking drive. Last night when there's nobody around, I like being a little crazy and avoiding some fucking speed bumps and shit. I don't know how much video memory we have on here, to be honest. This video might come to an abrupt end before we get to wherever it is we're going. If it does end, then thanks for watching, and please subscribe. We're gonna hit the end here in a minute for sure, because I was hitting the end at like 10 minutes before. I did clear up some memory though, so maybe that has helped. I wish they would just make it to where the fucking video off the phone wasn't so fucking huge. Like, this camera takes gigantic ass fucking videos. I keep having to delete shit off after I dump it on YouTube. We just passed Albert G's, I think, too. I really wasn't looking at that because of this guy on my ass. Well, there's a Wendy's over here. I might get some Wendy's. Trying to think of a cheaper option. I really want a good burger. Like, Wendy's is a good burger. Let's go to Wendy's. This has been Ray driving to get lunch with y'all, and you know, going to look at houses that I used to live at and whatever else. Now I'm gonna go get some lunch because I'm hungry. I could probably take that, but like, I don't know. I can be an ass sometimes. I'll take this one after the red. Okay. Well, there's Wendy's. I'll see you guys later.